take roll call.
Supervisor Schmitter?
Present.
Councilman Seneca?
Present.
Councilman Pola?
Here.
Councilwoman Dyson? Here. Councilwoman Laskowski? Here.
Please stand for pledge allegiance to moment of silence. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Okay, we have several petitioners tonight. I'm going to start off with everybody is allowed 5 minutes. So first I'll call up Lisa Fitzgerald and John Sanders, please. You just tap that, make sure it's on. Yep, we got it.
Thank you for your time tonight. I'm Lisa Fitzgerald. I'm part of the Seneca Falls Comprehensive Plan Implementation Committee. Charlie Cavallino provided to the town board a quick update, quick reference to the strategic plan that the town adopted in October of 2023, along with an update of the implementation committee's status just a couple months ago, so I won't get into all of that background. But anybody in the audience that hasn't read the strategic plan, I'd recommend taking a review, support the strategic plan, understand it, and be engaged. It's on the town's website. During Charlie's update, he highlighted some of our key accomplishments, which included the establishment of 2 subcommittees, the Housing Committee and the Fiscal Resilience Committee. We call ourselves a CPIC because Comprehensive Plan Implementation Committee is pretty long. So the CPIC is greatly appreciative of those committees that have those volunteers that are supporting deploying our initiatives. So thank you very much. They have established some very solid teams with great talent and diverse perspectives, so I'm very appreciative. Tonight we're going to hear from the Fiscal Resilience Committee, chaired by Susan Porter, regarding their committee objectives and thoughts to date. Other committee members include Darren Lorenzetti, Kayla Kelleher, John Sandlish, Nick Shoddy, and James Bruning. Susan's unavailable tonight, but committee member John Sandlish is here to speak on the committee's behalf. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Lisa. Good evening, members of the town board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight on behalf of the Fiscal Resilience Committee. Our committee, again, was established to address the action items that are in Action Plan 2, Objective 4 of the town's comprehensive plan. So, as Lisa said, we're a group of qualified citizens committed to helping the town of Seneca Falls develop a long-term, sustainable financial strategy. So, per the town's comprehensive plan, in our committee, we had 6 key action items that are to help us guide this effort. First, we wanted to develop a fiscal resilience plan that enables the town to be financially independent of landfill revenue. Second, to ensure that the town's financial decisions are based on long-term sustainability, meaning that current operating costs must be supported by current revenues. Third, to establish a clear reserve fund policy so the board can allocate funds appropriately. Fourth, to earmark funding that supports the implementation of the comprehensive plan and related actions. Fifth, to ensure the town's economic development plan expands opportunities for residents to live and work here, especially through collaboration with major employers. And lastly, 6, to pursue mutually beneficial economic development opportunities with our neighbors, including the Cayuga Nation. So over the past 3 months, we focused our work on the first 2 items, particularly in light of the uncertainty surrounding Local Law 3 and the pending DEC decision on landfill expansion. What we want to be clear is that this is not a crisis. We're not broke. This is about fiscal resilience, planning ahead so we can maintain services and solvency even as landfill revenue goes away. So as the town has begun the 2026 budget process, we wanted to highlight 2 key financial realities. One, the The host community agreement payments from the landfill have historically contributed approximately $3 million annually to the town budget. Secondly, there may be an incremental cost for trash disposal if those agreements are impacted. So given these variables, we are encouraging the board to prepare for multiple scenarios. If nothing in the legal landscape changes, we'll be obligated to assume zero revenue from the landfill in next year's budget. So that leads us just to 3 recommendations for this board and department heads to consider as you go through this process. First, we can begin preparing a budget without landfill revenue. Second, we would ask that we are researching alternative options for trash disposal, both logistically and financially. And third, we would ask that you consider a blended fiscal strategy that includes budget reductions, modest tax adjustments, and the use of reserve funds where appropriate. So we understand the complexities involved, and we are not here to make policy decisions. Our role is to help the board understand the fiscal landscape so that you can make informed decisions. We are committed to education and to presenting you with clear options and solutions. Upcoming budget timelines are tight. Department heads have already received their budget worksheets. A draft budget is due early October, and a board vote is in early November. So now is the time that we want to get in front of you, and the time is now for you guys to act upon this. So again, we just wanted to give an update. We thank you for your service to the town and your willingness to think proactively in this vein. So we stand ready to support you as you lead Seneca Falls into a more resilient financial future. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa and John. Next up, we have Judy Wenzel.
Can you hear me? Good evening, everyone. My name is Judy Wenzel. I am speaking on behalf of the Bonifiglia Family Foundation, and I'm also a resident of Seneca Falls. Back in March of this year, the town board approved a mural installation on a municipal-owned building, 8789 Fall Street, the Seneca Falls Museum and Tourism Center. This project achieves an action item under the policy area 4 of the town's comprehensive plan to enhance public art through creating a program to commission downtown murals, sculptures, art installations, etc. To ensure project success, the foundation has been working with a public art consultant who has assisted many communities throughout the country on similar initiatives. She has helped us select and identify viable walls to install murals and has aided us in recruiting and selecting professional muralists who have the notoriety and capacity to design and install large-scale murals. With the help of Andrew Olden, the executive director for the Seneca Falls Museum and Tourism Center, we were able to draft a creative brief to share with the artist to develop a mural concept that celebrates the height of industry along the Cayuga-Seneca Canalway and how this period helped shape our town's identity and culture. I feel like I'm reaching for this. I'm like on my tiptoes. So, Andy, I got a handout that I'm going to share. 1, 2. So for the sake of this presentation here and me speaking right now, and for the experience of the mural reveal, I ask that everybody kind of follow along with my presentation and not flip ahead in this document. This is quite a crowd today, so I don't know if I have enough handouts, but maybe share with your neighbor. So don't skip ahead.
Sorry, I'm doing my 2 in a row.
That's okay. Okay, so don't look ahead, please. Oh, wait.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, so on the first page of this document, this page talks about the mural artist key detail that was selected for this wall. They are an internationally renowned husband and wife duo who have been active on the art scene since the early 2000s. Key Detail has been creating mural art for more than 20 years and has installed murals all over Europe, Asia, and the United States. And they travel with their 2 young children, Max and Annie. So now you can flip the page. This page here is an example of their previous work. This is titled The Tailor, and it pays homage to Bridgeport, Connecticut's historical Singer Sewing Factory and the role the community played in the sewing industry. Now, if you go to the next page, this is another example of Key Detail's previous artwork in Bellefonte, PA. It is a concept that depicts. Oh, did you get any over here? I'll show you. I'm sorry. Oh, I'll show you. This is an example of, this mural depicts the community's history as a key stop along the National Air Mail in the early years of the U.S. Transcontinental Mail. If you flip to the next page, this is a design statement for the mural concept that we are seeking town board approval on today. And I'm going to read the statement aloud right now for the town board and for meeting attendees. Artwork titled Industry of Tomorrow. This mural honors Seneca Falls' vibrant industrial heritage, an evolution shaped by water power, manufacturing, and the people who powered it. At the bottom, rolling waterfalls and canal locks anchor the scene, evoking the Seneca River's essential role in powering sawmills, flour mills, and factories in the early 19th century. Rising above the water, 2 central figures, a strong woman in a Machine Co. factory uniform and a man inspired by Gould's Pumps workers, stand on an anvil symbolizing the foundational strength of industrial labor. Between them is a sawmill machine, referencing the 5 sawmills that operated in the town and were built locally in Seneca Falls. This central part showcases workers and machinery as the human and mechanical heart of industry. In the upper left area, a pump symbolizes Rumsey & Co. and Gould's Pumps, 2 firms that made Seneca Falls famous for pump manufacturing. To the right, glimpses of textile machinery and thread spools carry the legacy of the town's textile mills. In the background, industrial architectural elements such as columns and multi-pane windows evoke the atmosphere of historic workshops and factory interiors. At left, the iconic flour factory silhouette rises and glimpses of the hydro wheel appear, symbolizing the water-powered infrastructure integral to industry and the river transport via boat, falls, and lock systems. In the lower right corner, the Bridge Street Bridge appears, a beloved local landmark anchoring the mural and community identity. The palette draws on water blues and warm sepia tones, creating a historical yet dynamic tone. The mural celebrates the town's industrial legacy and conveys a sense of pride and continuity. And if you flip to the next page, for those of you that already haven't peeked, this is the mural concept for 89 Fall Street. And the last page shows the concept imposed onto the wall. If the town board approves the mural concept, the mural is tentatively scheduled to be installed during the week of August 18th through the 24th. It will take the muralists about 8 days to complete. The foundation plans to partner with the Seneca Falls Museum and other downtown businesses to generate opportunities for community members and visitors to spectate the art installation, meet the muralists, and celebrate the completion of this public art initiative. Again, on behalf of the Bonifiglia Family Foundation, we thank the town board in advance for reviewing and considering this mural concept and your support in our endeavors to revitalize downtown Seneca Falls.
Thank you, Judy. Next up, we have Tom Clear.
Clear, lifetime resident of Seneca Falls, also a police officer here in Seneca Falls. I'm here to speak tonight about recent actions by members of this town board. I do want to begin, however, by saying that I have worked well with every member of this board in the past, both in a professional and personal capacity. And I do look forward to maintaining a professional and good relationship going into the future. However, recent decisions have caused real harm to me, my family, my coworkers, and I know that among town employees, we are not alone. To begin, in 2014, I was hired as a police officer with the Town of Seneca Falls Police Department. For nearly 12 years, I have done everything I can to serve this community with integrity. Along the way, I have experienced both the sacrifices required by this job and the deep satisfaction of making a difference. Being a police officer is hard, but I have never doubted that our community supports us. That support is deeply appreciated by every officer I know and every officer that I work with, both in and out of our agencies. I had assumed that our elected officials shared that same support and appreciation. However, recent events have begun to show otherwise. When I was hired, the town's then financial clerk, now retired, guided Sergeant Kidd, who also works with the Seneca Falls Police Department, and myself through the process of enrolling in the New York State retirement system. We were told multiple times to follow her instructions in order to avoid mistakes. Of course, we trusted this direction. But in 2023, after I was promoted to lieutenant, I discovered that I had been placed in the wrong retirement plan, a plan that would not allow me to retire after 20 years as guaranteed in our contract. Instead, it would require me to work into my 60s with reduced benefits if I opted to retire sooner. Worse, when I reviewed my hiring paperwork, I found the retirement forms for myself, the section that actually selected the plan, were in fact blank. The town had even received a letter from the retirement system identifying the error and providing a 1-year window to correct it. That letter was never shared with me. I assume it was filed away quietly in my personnel file, as that's where I located it years later. It was also discovered the town had also done this to Sergeant Kidd, who was hired at the same time as me. When I brought this to the town supervisor, who, by the way, is a retired trooper himself, enjoying retirement under a police 20-year retirement plan similar to the one offered to us, I was told by him that the town couldn't afford to fix the mistake and that I should pay to fix it myself. I was told that although Mr. Schmitter would support us, that the other board members wouldn't, and that it would be a hard sell. I was then told that because the town was in litigation with another former employee over a similar issue, helping me would make them appear guilty. I was even told to withhold this information from Sergeant Kidd, something that to me appeared ethically dubious at best. Ironically, the town later paid far more to settle the prior mentioned litigation than it would have cost to have corrected it in the first place. During this time, I was told, after a while, I was actually told by members of the town board and by the town manager that the town would fix the error. The town manager and other officials gave me clear assurances that I would be moved to the correct retirement plan, and the town was obligated to do so. Mr. Seneca even stated in a meeting that they would not work with us, or that they would not work against us, but they would work with us. This obviously reassured me and gave me hope at the time. However, as time passed and I followed up with emails and calls, I was met with silence. When I finally spoke with board members, the tone had shifted. Suddenly I was told, this is just how it is, and the town would not help us any further. When I asked what the town planned to do, I was met with blank stares. Eventually I was told the matter was closed, primarily due to the cost. For years, by having myself and Sergeant Kidd in the wrong retirement plan, the town has in fact paid less for us than for the other officers in our department's retirement. Now when they had the opportunity to fix our retirement, they declined, even though the associated costs were to catch the town up to where they would have been had we been enrolled correctly in the first place. The costs are well within the town's capability to bear without significant inconvenience. So I'd like to ask the crowd here tonight, so you can think on it yourselves, that what kind of treatment is this? We were promised equal treatment and benefits. I even gave each member of the board a copy of the contract that our department currently functions under that shows that everybody who's been employed since 1976 is to be enrolled in the 20-year plan. Just people probably can tell I was not even born in 1976, so I feel like I fall into that category. Sergeant Kidd and I followed the town's direction, and when their mistake was discovered, one that could derail our futures, we felt we were abandoned. This isn't just about me. This is about how a government treats those who serve it. We're not asking for special treatment. We're asking for promises made for us to be honored. I take no pleasure in raising these issues publicly, but I've been given no other option. The silence, broken promises, and indifference have left us feeling unappreciated and uncertain about our futures. A future that, through no fault of our own, is now threatened by a clerical error and a refusal to make things right. That is why tonight I implore the town board to do the only responsible and ethical thing and correct this mistake as soon as legislative priorities will allow. It is within the board's control to give us our future back. A future that was promised to us 11 years ago. We've upheld our oaths, and we ask merely that you uphold the same. Thank everyone for the opportunity to speak tonight. And I again like to reiterate that I have the utmost confidence in our local government and its officials. I merely ask that this gross miscarriage of fair treatment be corrected. And I trust that our board members, if they think through it, can make that decision. Again, thank you for the opportunity to speak.
I have one question.
Yeah, of course.
Is there a legislative timeline to which you need a formal response and decision? Because my understanding there wasn't going to be a vote made tonight.
Yes, so the original legislative timeline would have been in June. I was in contact with Senator O'Mara's office, and there was legislation introduced in the New York State Legislature. They said if the time for that passed, then the town would need to be ready to act when they reintroduce it next year at the beginning of the 2026 legislative session.
So you're saying the board has till January to?
So the board, the home rule paperwork would have to be done once that legislation is introduced in the state legislature, which would be, I don't know the exact date when the legislative session starts, but it would be in January.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Next up, Bethany Kidd.
Hello, my name is Bethany Kidd. I am a sergeant in the Seneca Falls Police Department. I've been here for 11.5 years. Good evening, members of the town board. I would like to start off by thanking my friends and family that took time out of their evening to come here tonight and support me. I truly appreciate it. I'm in the same situation as Lieutenant Clear. I was hired in 2014 and completed my paperwork with the town financial clerk. I filled out the papers I was told to, signed where I was told to, and trusted my new employer knew what they were doing. When this issue with our retirement was discovered by Lieutenant Clear, my gut feeling was we were going to have to fight tooth and nail to have it rectified. On October 24th, 2024, I was told directly by the town manager that this was the town's mistake to fix, and that we are owed the correct retirement plan. I was assured this problem would be corrected as soon as a lawsuit from a former employee for the exact same issue was settled. My response to him was, "Sir, I do not trust the town to make this right." Chuckling, the town manager assured me that it was not a matter of trust. The town board would in fact fix this and not to worry. And here I am 10 months later, fighting for my future. I have served this community for 11.5 years with professionalism, compassion, and a deep-seated love for my job and the residents of Seneca Falls. I have placed myself in grave danger to save others. I have talked down suicidal subjects, told parents that their child has died, sat with people while they cried, shielded a child's eyes from seeing their mangled parents and the twisted remains of their car, performed CPR on countless individuals, and revived people who have overdosed. I could go on, and all these events are just another day and just another shift. And now the town is telling me that I must continue to do these things for 40 years instead of 20, that all my coworkers are doing. This town board is turning my life upside down, taking time from me and my family, destroying my future plans over a clerical error that that would be simple for them to fix. An error that they have lied to me about for 1.5 years. This town board is deciding that you, the taxpayers and residents, would rather pay 2 top-tier employees their highest salary instead of letting us retire and bringing in fresh new employees at a lower rate. This town board has also decided that the town would rather accept the liability of having 2 police officers in their 60s on the road rather than letting us retire. We are not asking for a lot, simply what we were promised and what all of our coworkers were given. Again, I thank you to all the friends and family who have come out and supported me tonight. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Bethany. Next, Andrew.
Hi, my name is Dr. Andrew Olden. I'm the Executive Director of the Seneca Falls Museum and Tourism Center, home of the Museum of Waterways and Industry. We are currently located at 106 Fall Street because 89 Fall Street is under construction for the DRI renovations. But I'm just here today to kind of give an update about what we're doing, not asking for anything, just giving everybody an update on where we're at with everything going on. And I know all of us can hope that the construction will be over soon enough. But as I said, we're at 106 Fall Street temporarily. Today I'll just update you on the museum's 2025 grants, tourism in Seneca Falls, construction at 89 Fall Street, and kind of what's to remain for the rest of the year at the Museum and Tourism Center. In 2024 and 2025 combined, the museum obtained $86,340 in grants from the Erie Canal Corporation, Bonifiglia Family Foundation, the Rochester Area Community Foundation, the Auburn Public Theater, the Nelson B. Delvin Foundation on the canals, and the New York State Council of the Arts. All this was to fund new exhibits, build a custom front desk, 2 years of free summer-long music in the park concert series right along the canal, the building of a mural, a conference attendance, and funds to help promote arts in Seneca Falls. These grants will again help promote art, culture, and history in downtown Seneca Falls, and once construction concludes, the museum will have a grand reopening to celebrate the renovations, so please keep an eye out. As a reminder, Music in the Park is a free concert series every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. We have live music, local food trucks, and provide a platform for our community organizations to collaborate. Due to the construction alongside the canal and in People's Park, the museum is hosting the concerts at the community center this year. So we appreciate your patience and your support as always. Thank you to the town for allowing us to have Music in the Park, the Bonifiglia Family Foundation for the financial support, and for Missy Jones and the Rec Center staff for the continued assistance. In 2024, the Museum and Tourism Center partnered with local businesses and the Bonifiglia Family Foundation for the Seneca Falls Summer Thursday program. This is back in 2025, again trying to improve and reinvent this. This Summer Thursdays program brings discounts to downtown shoppers. This is every Thursday in downtown Seneca Falls in the Sackett Business District from 3 to 6 and from 6 to 10 p.m. This is to promote a Shop Local initiative from June to August, again, just to help our local businesses in downtown and in the Sackett Business District. This year we're having a passport program. This is where you can just go to one of these participating businesses, which can be identified by the Summer Thursdays logo in the window. There you just get a stamp for that, go to another business and come to a concert. You're entered to win a free raffle drawing at the end of the month. There's been some pretty awesome surprises from all local businesses so far. We'll have another one here at the end of August and at the end of the summer. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer that later on. You can enter for once weekly for a chance to win, and like I said, a prize at the end of the summer. Participants will all be entered to win this bigger prize at the end. As far as attendance for Music in the Park, we're a little bit down this year. Through the 8 performances, we've had 1 canceled. The same thing happened last year. We had more guests last year. Last year we had 1,600 through this point. Now we've had a little over 900. So please come out and support our local concerts. We've got some great bands. Prison City Rockers is coming out soon. This all is in part the lower attendance is by no means because of the lack of things going on, but I think it's in part because of us not being in the park where there's nice and grass and shade. And we just hope you continue to support us as the years continue, because we hope to make Music in the Park bigger and better. As far as tourism in general, though, in June, the As far as numbers, we see a lot of visitors right as they come through Seneca Falls. We serve as a hub for the 5 museums in Seneca Falls and the greater Finger Lakes area. There was a decrease in about 63% in June this year compared to last year, and about 44% in July this year compared to last year. But in just chatting with other folks, we're not the only organization or business that is down in visitors, not just in Seneca Falls, but in the greater Finger Lakes area. But on the bright side of that, 95% of the customers that use a card at our gift shop are new customers. So that means we're attracting new people to Seneca Falls. And just with the chatting with folks, we're really excited about what's to come, especially as we share parts of this DRI improvements at the museum in particular. Again, we're located at 89 Fall Street. The whole front of the building is scheduled to be replaced with new doors and windows and signage, and we'll have an ADA accessible door at the side entrance there. The last, I apologize, a conference room and an office are also scheduled to be added to the second floor. They have had a few hiccups with tariffs and scheduling issues and permits and other things, but despite the delays, we're hoping for Fall Street and our facility to be open in the next 6 to 16 weeks is the broad stretch I was given. But with that being said, we appreciate the opportunity to have a presence for visitors on Fall Street, and thank the town and the Seneca Falls Development Corporation for assisting. And last, I just want to tell you all about the exciting upcoming exhibits and things we have when we reopen our facility. We hopefully will open in October and November. Several new exhibits will be unveiled alongside the construction improvements. So you'll enter our facility through our brand new front entrance, and then you will be welcomed by a staff member behind our new custom desk, which is being built thanks to the 2025 Nelson B. Delavan grant. And just past the desk, we'll have new exhibits. Instead of the panels that are there now, we'll have a nice modern touchscreen and a new Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony exhibit. And then the third part of this is that the exhibit right behind these two that I just mentioned, we have a fantastic tugboat exhibit that was installed just prior to us closing for construction, which was funded by the Bonifigwe Family Foundation. It's really neat, so I recommend you come check it out. Because on the second floor, just past this new conference room that I just mentioned, we'll be having an exhibit on the Underground Railroad of the Finger Lakes. This exhibit is also funded by the Nelson B. Delavan Foundation grant, and since the museum sits right on the proposed Harriet Tubman Byway, the exhibit will be a great opportunity for visitors to learn more about the role people in and around Seneca Falls played in the abolition and emancipation movements. Since the boater amenities area is closed for the season due to construction at the museum and on the canal, the Boater Amenities Improvement Project, funded by the New York State Canal Corporation's 2024 Infrastructure and Amenities Improvement Grant, will also be unveiled to guests when the museum reopens. The funding for the Canal Corporation grant, which was graciously matched by the town of Seneca Falls, provided new paint and flooring for the lowest level, and will provide free public Wi-Fi in the Seneca Falls Harbor. After this wireless internet is installed, the Canal Corporation will reimburse the funding, and then I will bring that back to the town for covering that initial expense. Again, I just wanted to give you all an update and let you all know we're working on many great things, and there's a lot of awesome things in the work here in Seneca Falls. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. That concludes our petitioners, but we do have privilege on the floor if anybody would like to get up to speak. The lady back there, please.
My name is Cheryl Pola. My husband and I own 31 Fall Street. It's the former Minders Library. Last year we took a portion of it and opened a speakeasy. In order to adhere to the county's guidelines, we do not have a kitchen that can fully accommodate some of our needs that we need on busier days. We have a relationship with somebody with a food truck that we wanted to be able to serve on our busier weekend nights. We were told that that was not going to be allowed because there was a law on the books that is not, you can't have food trucks on Fall Street or in the Sackett district because it would compete with the area businesses. I would like to just say that it's not in competition with the area businesses. I look at it more as an extension of our own kitchen that we cannot do. So further looking into this law, There is a section on here that says that as long as the permission has been granted by the business owner, that should be, that the trucks would be allowed. So I would just like to give this to Mr. Mural to look at and see if we can get this resolved. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Anyone else with privilege on the floor? Chris? We'll just go right back here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Denny. For those who do not know me, I work for the police department, and I'm one of our detectives, but more importantly, tonight I'm here in support of my fellow Police Benevolent Association members, Bethany Clear, Sergeant Kidd, for which I am president of the BBA local chapter here. And just a lot of it is echoing what they have said. You can clearly see the emotion in these speeches, in their eyes. And what has gone on is a grave injustice to our members. I don't think we want 60-year-old cops running around chasing people who are less than half their age. And I also think that we have also had our union consulted and are looking into this matter as well. I just want to be here to support them, and I just want the board as a whole to do what's right and also be fiscally responsible here, because no one wants to drag this out into potential lawsuits or anything like that. It's already been happened once. I ask that it just be moved forward and correct this matter as soon as possible. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My name is David Kidd. I am Sergeant Bethany Kidd's father, and I'm here to speak on behalf of her and Lieutenant Clear. Due to a clerical error, which you've already heard about, Bethany and her co-worker, Lieutenant Clear, got put into the wrong retirement plan. Instead of being able to retire after 20 years of service, the error will require them to work an additional 20 years. As I understand the matter, everyone involved knows there was a mistake made. I believe there is a paper trail documenting that fact. Those responsible to correct the mistake have thus far chosen not to, for some unexplained reason, for over a year and a half now. This is really unconscionable. Two public servants who chose to give 20 years of their life to serve their town, who bear the brunt of dealing with social ills, angry and unpredictable suspects, criminal elements, violent accidents, dangerous and violent individuals, as well as the ungrateful citizen who would gladly spit in their face one day, then call them for help the next. These have a record of choosing to do just one thing in any and all of these physically, emotionally, psychologically, and professionally demanding circumstances. That is, they will do the right thing. Now, having served Seneca Falls unselfishly with honor, dignity, and respect, they make a simple request of the town board to do what they have spent their careers doing. Do the right thing. Fix the mistake. Put them into the retirement plan they intended. How difficult is that? A meeting like this about an issue like this should never even have to happen. I learned as a young boy something called the Golden Rule. You've probably heard of it. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Every member of the board or anyone involved who has any level of responsibility in this matter knows exactly how you would want to be treated were this situation reversed. So you intuitively know what you should do. The right thing. If tomorrow, God forbid, it were necessary for you to require the assistance of one of these two officers, they would put aside this grievance and come to your aid. even at the risk of their own life. You know that is true. They would do the right thing, regardless of any personal feelings. They are professionals, and they act like professionals. So should you. The solution to this problem is so simple that it bends the rational mind of anyone who knows about it. The error should have been fixed as soon as it was discovered. It should have been fixed on the initiative of the town, because it is the right thing to do. It doesn't require a meeting. It should not require citizens, parents, friends, and co-workers to come out in a show of support. All that is required, all that is expected, all that is being asked of you is to do the right thing. For these two officers who have and will continue to do the right thing for you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dylansini. I've been a lifelong resident here, and I'm here tonight because an incident happened at my home when I was not present. My daughter was babysitting 4 kids. She is certified. She's 13 years old when the water department, as I was told, came to my house, entered my house without my authority, and made way to the basement. I am not okay with this. I have gone to the cops. They will not do anything. Seneca Falls and the sheriff. This is trespassing. My daughter that's 13 years old does not deserve this. I have taken it further, and I will take it further, but I just wanted everybody to understand this could happen to your 13-year-old child, and it's okay, as the town supervisor has their back, to say it's okay that they entered. They had the authority. They did not. Cops do not have the authority to enter my house without a warrant. Neither does the water department. So I'm here complaining about that, but I'm also here because I do not see on the agenda the new policy for the water department if somebody can enter your house. So I would like to ask you guys, why is that not here? And it got addressed 2 days after this incident happened. Very suspicious. No answer. Thank you.
Frank, you don't want to speak to the policy?
Policy's out there.
2 days after it happened.
All employees have received a copy of the policy.
2 days after, and it did not get submitted to the board.
All employees?
We've got a
I
copy
haven't
of it.
received a copy.
The clerk should have gave it to you because it was sent to all departments to get to their employees.
No employee should be entering anybody's home without authorization.
Anyone else for privilege of the floor?
Good evening. My name is David Kidd. I am the little brother of Officer or Sergeant Kidd. That's my dad.
Younger brother.
I didn't write a speech. I don't usually participate in these types of things. I'm not from Seneca Falls. I'm here in sole support of my sister and Lieutenant Cleary. It's really, I'm kind of at a loss for words, because after hearing Lieutenant Cleary, hearing my sister, there is no excuse for the town board or the town supervisor or anybody involved to sweep this under the rug. And the town supervisor has been enjoying the same retirement that my sister should be enjoying, along with Lieutenant Cleary. I'm kind of at a loss for words for it. And she spent 11 and a half years doing the things that nobody else wants to do, nobody else has considered trying to do. I certainly don't want to do it. Dealing with things that nobody should see, that will have lifelong psychological, mental, and physical harm on both of them. And I've spent the past 11 and a half years, since I was 14 years old, afraid that I'm going to get a call that my sister's gone. We dealt with this last year. Me and my fiance dealt with the loss of a family member who was an officer in Cleveland, was shot July 4th morning. Same thing can happen to any of them. And you're telling them they have to do it for an excess of 20 years at 60 years old. I don't know anybody who wants to be working any job till they're 60 years old. So I'm asking, as a citizen, that this be made right and the promise that was made to both of them be honored. And any excuse that is come up with is hypocritical. Anybody enjoying the same retirement that was promised to them, it's hypocritical. Thank you. Have a good night.
My name's Bill Reynolds, 50 Mechanic Street. I did 30 years with the state of New York, went all the way up through the ranks into management. I got a lot of memories that still wake me up once in a while. If you had told me halfway through my career or even deeper into the career that, hey, Bill, you're going to do another 20 years, I wouldn't have had the composure these two professionals have. A lot worse would have come out of me than what they've done. At a time when law enforcement agencies are struggling to recruit and retain staff, this is how you're treating your supervisors even. It's disgusting.
Hello. For those who don't know me, I'm Sophia Clear. I'm the wife of Lieutenant Clear. I've been married to him for 15 years this April. We are the parents of 3 kids: Emma, age 10, Benjamin, age 7, and little Samuel, age 2.5, and the half is very important. We have worked for the Seneca Falls community for 11 years. This is the town where I've raised our children. This is the town my husband has toiled tirelessly to serve and protect. We have sacrificed for this town for 11 years. I have raised my children without the typical spousal support from my husband, who is busy serving this town. My first child had 1 weekend with her father after her birth before I was left alone to care for our newborn. My husband has left family parties to attend to police matters. I have classic Christmas Day photos where my pajama children are squeezed next to a holstered gun and a taser because Dad could only take a few minutes out of his patrol to come and give hugs on Christmas Day. I have been stood up on dates because somebody else's day was going worse than mine. I have sat alone in emergency rooms with my children while my husband helped someone else's emergency. We have gladly given of our time and made many more sacrifices than I'm comfortable sharing here, because we love this community and wanted to do our part to serve it. Unfortunately, this town board has shown that they do not love or support us back. It's not enough to take our sacrifices willingly given. You want to take more pain and sacrifice unwillingly given. Taking 20 years, 20 of our best years, isn't enough for you, for this council. You want to take our sunset years too. You are demanding my husband work beyond what is physically feasible, most certainly beyond what is common sense would allow. It is hypocritical to expect anything more. I say goodbye to my husband, never knowing if it is for the last time. I place my trust in this community to keep him safe as he keeps you safe. But you have failed me. You are asking me to say goodbye to my husband, knowing he's not supported. Why should he risk his life every day to protect people who won't even protect his retirement? We are not asking for anything that is out of the ordinary. We are asking you, the town board, to fix a mistake that was made by an employee of your organization in order to fulfill a promise made to us when Thomas retired. It is in his contract. It is an expectation for police officers to retire after 20 years of service due to the physical and dangerous nature of the job. This town made a mistake. All we are asking is for the town to fix it. Police officers are so often asked to step in and fix what others have broken. Please don't ask us to fix what you broke. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me speak. I have a whole speech that I'm going to try to
shorten it because a lot of it mirrors what has already been said. I'm here to advocate for Sergeant Kidd and Lieutenant Clear. They have dedicated their careers to protecting and serving Seneca Falls, and they've done so with professionalism, integrity, and unwavering commitment, and often at personal risk. I've lived in Seneca Falls almost 9 years. I've consistently been impressed by the professionalism and willingness of our entire police department to assist members in the community. I have personally witnessed, not because of anything I've done wrong, but that both Sergeant Kidd and Lieutenant Clear carry out their duties with integrity and compassion. The fact that they are asked to possibly stay on until age 62 just does not seem fair. The standard retirement for law enforcement officers, as it's been stated, is a 20-year plan. It's in recognition of unique demands and risks associated with the job. Law enforcement officers are never truly off duty. They are called to act in any moment, and they do so without hesitation. Sergeant Kidd and Lieutenant Clear have more than earned the right to be treated equally, to be offered the same retirement structure as those hired after them, who are doing the exact same job under the same conditions. It's not about politics, it's not about fairness, it's about aligning policy with the reality of the profession, and about showing every officer who wears the badge that while we expect a great deal from them, we stand behind them as well. I understand that there's a cost, because I've reached out to the state. I know there's a cost involved in implementing this, but had they been in the plan all along, that would have been covered already, from what I'm hearing. And I just don't think it's fair. I apologize, there was something else I thought of during this, but I cannot remember. But thank you for your time and consideration, and I hope that the board will back them in this change.
Thank you. Ma'am, can you say your name, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa Kidd.
Thank you.
And I did remember the last thing I was
Okay,
going to
go
say.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Was, let's not wait till January to make that decision. They shouldn't have to wait till then to find out what your decision is.
Amen.
Sorry.
Brad.
It's right here, I know.
Good evening. My name's Brad Jones. My heart's out to Officer Clear, Officer Kidd. Matter of fact, I totally agree with you. You should show your rightful duty this evening. And I'm going to give you a little idea of why I'm here. This is my third time that I've spoke from the privilege of the floor. I'm still waiting for answers. So that's why I'd like to just have a show of hands, asking for this board to make the right decision. Fix it. Tonight, raise your hand.
Yep.
Okay? Anybody play poker? I'll say right now, the vote will be 3-3. Don, would you fix it immediately?
I'm not going to vote on that right now.
I'm not asking you to vote. Would you fix it immediately?
I'm not going to get into this right now.
Fred, you can't be asking questions on the board. You can get your comment.
Okay, don't be defensive.
No, I'm just.
You don't want to hurt people working,
Okay.
they work here. No, they work here, they're not gonna say no.
Okay. All right, I think you'll be waiting for an answer probably at least January. The reason I'm here, and it really kind of ties to the situation of Officer Clear and Officer Kidd, wanting an answer. This is my third time here. Frank, you owe me an answer on the town manager position. And when I say that, I was here 3 months ago. The previous town supervisor put together a committee in Seneca Falls to say, do we really need a town manager or not? Across the board, we need a town manager to be responsible for the day-to-day operation, responsible for the finances, responsible for dotted line responsibilities. But you'll notice tonight, the town manager isn't here. These dedicated department heads are here. That's what I talked about the first night. 2 months ago, after I talked to a lot of village employees, as well as department heads, some of you and supervisors, or councilmen, I should say, and I was told that, oh, it's now a part-time position. I can do the math, and I know you can do the math. the part-time position for the town manager that hasn't been here for the last 4 or 5 years exceeds $60 an hour, and I won't. I throw that out because it's a disservice to these department heads. Then, the next thing I find out from the last meeting I spoke, not only is he part-time, he doesn't have an office here, run the day-to-day operations of our community, the town of Seneca Falls. And by the way, we did hear the town manager's name twice, from Officer Clear and Officer Kidd. Even gets better. He works from home, part-time, less than 25 hours. So if you think you're not going to get an answer tonight, you're my friend, because I don't expect an answer tonight from Supervisor Schmitter or his fellow councilmen. I talked to another disgruntled town resident taxpayer earlier today. And the person mentioned to me saying, boy, something really smells at the town hall. That breaks my heart. I'm a former mayor of the village of Seneca Falls. I love this community. This is not personal from any of us here. It's doing the right thing. And the right thing is to fix their problem. The right thing here is to share what the story is on this town manager position. But more than that, has anybody heard how we stand on the budget, actual year-to-date, the $6 million general fund? This town manager who works from home, who's part-time, is not here to give us an update. Are we, our actual versus budget, are we below or are we above on all the departments when it comes to being, what, 7 months out of 12 months? Good news, though. I'm not here just with bad news. This is good for Charlie, Lisa, anybody in Comprehensive Plan, Bonfiglia Foundation. I am now aware, as everybody that got an agenda, we have $30 million, a figure I've known for a while, and I think some other people. Supervisor Schmitter shared that. If you do the math, the general fund is $6 million and change. So the good news for the comprehensive plan team, and really John Sandless, when he said, geez, we're here to help, we've got a bucket full of money here in the town of Seneca Falls. So whether you're a landfill supporter, landfill against it, $30 million in reserves. Now that's the general fund, that's the water and sewer, and it's the grants, which I've heard since the last couple of meetings. A number of our grants have expired because they haven't been used. That's money lost. But I'm here to tell the new candidates running for office, if I was wearing your hat, I'd be looking for a 10% decrease in taxes as early as next year. And that's just the starting point. So where am I going with this? Make a decision on this town manager, finance manager. I will offer my services free of charge with people in this audience to help you put together a budget, to put together where we stand financially. Because I think I can ask anybody here, not these two ladies, they know. What are you doing with the $30 million? Well, they're not going to say anything. You've already seen that this evening.
Correct.
So, yes.
Okay. Just wanted to go on the record that I'll be submitting for a resolution in September for a forensic audit, just so I know that's.
You read my mind.
I figured.
Yeah.
So.
Volunteer comes with one stipulation. And this is something I've shared with you more than once, Frank, as our town supervisor. Once again, not personal, constructive criticism. A $30 million purse. We don't have a CFO, we don't have a CPA, and you don't want to have a forensic financial audit? I just read in the paper today, Lodi. I read in the paper yesterday, Addison. With that kind of money, and I'm not accusing anybody, but boy, I'll tell you what, if it's 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, that's the one stipulation to get people like myself to volunteer. We love our community to sit by your side. That's issue number one. I'm going to be real quick on issue number two. I asked you if anybody's got their agenda. Look at new business, Q through U. I sense there'll be some more people at the podium. Just for your information, I had mentioned greater than $60 an hour for a part-time person that works from home. Our water and sewer superintendent, nowhere to be found. He doesn't have to come to the meetings. These people, oh, by the way, he currently makes $55 or more. This board, this supervisor wants to give him a $7,000 increase. But if you look at Q through R, or no, Q through U, there's 5 resolutions for new employees. I know from a fact, talking to village employees, department heads, this particular leader has lost between 10 and 12 employees in the last 12, 24 months. Do I want to be up here and be complaining about this? No. But you're talking about giving a raise to the leader, Q through U, and you're going to be appointing new people? I don't get it. Last but not least, DPW. I'll look right over here at Jeremy Went. Everybody knows Jeremy. You can call him today, and you get it done today. Situation we have on hand right now is we've got this new Department of Public Works, another initiative by, I think, Frank and Frank. Guess what? Out of the 4 employees, 3 have been fired or they quit.
Fired.
Fired? Okay, fired.
Somewhat.
All right. Frank, you got a situation where the town board, part of the town board is broken. It's on your watch. I asked you, and I asked your fellow council people, timing isn't right for an increase for somebody's. Oh, by the way, that Department of Public Works, he doesn't have to come to the meetings either. So it's amazing, the ones that don't have to come to the meeting are getting paid the highest. And these people, by the way, Chief, I can't say enough about your officers. Thank you. And Jeremy, I've already said thank you, Deborah. This lady right here, she does everything times 10. Right, Missy? So I'm here to thank people, but I just wanted to get my frustrations out. And I'm not speaking just for Brad Jones. I'm speaking for many residents and many taxpayers. Thank you very much.
My name is Jennifer Kaplinski-Wick, and I'd like to speak in support of Ms. Dylansini. I have 3 daughters, one of whom will be entering middle school this year. And frankly, if what happened to her daughter happened to my daughter, if Joe Tulo and I believe it was Tim Pagano walked up to my front door or back door, not sure which one it was, and insisted that they enter. I'm not sure what my daughter would do, but I'm sure she would be a little frightened, and nobody called me. I would be livid, and so would my husband, and you would not be hearing the end of it from me. In this day and age, where we should be concerned about our children, and Frank, you have a granddaughter who is 1 year older than my daughter. I'm not sure how you would feel if your daughter was not home and your granddaughter was, and somebody went up to their door and insisted that they be allowed entry. Because you would not hear the end of it from me. No way, no how. And my husband stands 100% behind me. And I cannot imagine that anybody here who has a child around the same age would not also be very upset. We need to be concerned about our children. We hear way too many stories about children being abducted, about children being molested, and you think it's okay for Joe Tullo to go walking up and insisting that he be permitted entry into a house without calling the homeowner? Do we live in a police state? I thought we lived in the United States of America. I don't know. I mean, this is ridiculous. And setting a policy that it's okay because you say it's okay? Who the hell are you?
Before you talk.
Pardon?
You need to get your facts straight.
Oh, well.
I never said it was okay.
Well,
When did I say it was okay?
feel free to enlighten me then.
You told me it was okay, Frank, 'cause
Well,
my
the
children
policy
were
does
there.
not say it's okay.
What does the policy say then?
To call the police if they need to, it's an emergency situation. Exactly what it says.
Okay. Exactly.
Why is Joe Tullo getting a raise? He should be
Yeah,
out.
so now Joe
Out.
Tullo is getting a raise?
Anybody get
We-
written up for that?
We reward that behavior?
Wipe it under the rug.
Nobody knows that.
I mean, explain that to me. We're gonna reward that kind of behavior? I've worked in a lot of other places besides the town of Seneca Falls. And you don't reward that type of behavior.
We do.
You know, you've only worked for the state police. Try working in like the real world, like businesses where they have to, you know, deal with stockholders and other people who really hold them to task. The townspeople are holding you to task. You have to be able to tell all of us why this is correct. And if you can't do that,
I know. Oh, you're in the office.
thank you.
Hi, I'm Jean Gilroy, Gravel Road, Seneca Falls. I didn't intend to speak tonight, but I have a few questions, and the air is so heavy in here tonight. And I appreciate the police department who came many times to my house when I caught my four-wheeler on fire and when the tree fell, you know, many things like that. Not terribly serious, but still I appreciate the police force. I have questions about this mural, and since I'm very directionally challenged, can somebody tell me what 89 Fall Street, what business is that? The visitor center. Okay. Is this the backside?
Yeah, backside.
Okay, so this is the canal over here. I come here every month, and I've never heard anything about this mural, and I appreciate the work that Judy's done on it, but I'm very confused. Is this the only mural we're getting?
There's potentially two.
Okay. Well, I sure hope the next one has women in it, because this is the birthplace of women's rights, and I'm highly offended that this mural.
There's a woman in there. There's a woman, a strong woman.
Yeah, she's working, but she's not what we're known for. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Susan B. Anthony, and the whole rest. And they should be honored. We should be honoring It's a Wonderful Life. And all our other things that we celebrate in this town should be on a mural someplace. Okay? Since I had no prepared speech, that's basically my questions, because I haven't heard anything and you said it's going to start you're going to start painting it this month?
So I came to the town board meeting back in March and proposed this idea to the town board because it's on a municipal owned building, and I explained the two locations, we're looking to install 2 large-scale murals in downtown Seneca Falls. One of the themes within our area and how that impacted our community. And the second is to recognize Seneca Falls being the birthplace of women's rights, and that is the second mural concept. And so I came back in March and communicated that information. The town board approved the mural installation on that building. And this is my second time coming back sharing the information of what the mural concept is for 89 Fall Street. The town board has to approve it because it's a municipal owned building.
Okay. I must have missed that March meeting. I can't believe I would have missed anything.
It's also on our website, the foundation's website. You can look up.
Oh, I will. So the other one is going to go where? What I'm concerned about right now is that people trying to drive past one of these murals, they're going to have an accident. So I hope the next one, I don't know, where's it going to go?
37 Fall Street.
And what is that?
That's the building right on the corner before the bridge.
Oh, the one with already has a mural on it?
The other side of that one.
The other side of that one?
It's like across the bridge.
Oh, across the bridge. Oh, where it used to be.
Where it used to be the optometrist stuff.
Yeah, and before that it was the museum. I remember that part again. Okay, well, I am concerned that if it's too busy, like this is, which if you're just walking, it's fine, but if you're driving, holy cow, how are you going to stop and look at that? Anyway. All right, well, thank you for answering my question. Thank you to the board.
Anyone else? For the board?
Oh, are you waving your hand?
He's just no, it's just hot in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's air conditioning.
Can I ask a question? What's preventing this situation with Lieutenant Clear and Bethany Kidd from being resolved? What's preventing that?
There is nothing on the agenda for it.
I'm not talking about the agenda. I'm just saying, practically speaking, doing some paperwork to put them back in the right plan. What's preventing that from happening?
So, I mean, I can just speak to the resolutions. I'm not opposed in any which way. In fact, I think that there's some information that I haven't been privy to. But in reference to resolutions that need to be added to agenda, typically there's about it has to be posted ahead of time. So, whether or not it can just be added under new business, that's been, because I've tried that, okay? It's not good practice, per se. So we should technically wait until September.
There's been lots of agendas in the last year and a half.
You're right. You're right. And,
So
I'm not debating as to whether or not it should have been on the agenda to be voted on, but I also think that it's important that, because I was not under the impression they had to work an additional 20 years. And I think that, research alone, when we talk about officer wellness, I think the average life expectancy in this dating material is 58 and a half, and they're expecting them to work to 62. So, just throwing that one out there.
Okay, so I'm just going to address this quickly. Why everybody wants a quick decision. This board's responsible. We looked at $500,000 to get this back to the right position. It's not talking a few $1,000. It's $500,000. So this board has to look at it from all angles at this time. That concludes privilege of the floor at this time. Motion to accept the approval of Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor of approving the minutes? Okay, at this point I'm going to give a little report of what's going on in town. July was a pretty busy month. We had a symphony and drone show. I want to thank Joel Murney and Missy Jones from the town for their hard work to pull that off. Convention days was a success. Thank you to Andrew Brian Emo and Deanna Smith for all the work on that. Thank Pat Connor for the car show. Music in the park on Thursdays. Tenants are down, but the weather hasn't been great. It's still a good time if you can get out to that. There's also community band on Fridays. Also, the planning board. We do have one seat open and one alternate seat. So anybody that wants to volunteer, you can submit an application to us, and we'll consider putting you on the planning board. Also, the farmer market's up and running on Tuesdays. It's in the rec center parking lot. I want to thank Mark Marquardt for the town. He was able to fix a pump, saving us $7,000 and keeping the pool open out at Vince's Park. The dumpsters program is still going on. If you need it, you have to sign up for it at the rec center. Building grounds did a good job cleaning up downtown for the car show. Thank you to them. I want to thank Lisa Fitzgerald and Sue Porter. They're running two very important committees for the town on the comp plan, and it's going really well, so thank you to them. Remember, any town emails have now instead of .gov or .com, they're going to be .govs. Also, look for the River Circus to be coming through on August 14th at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's going to be on the canal behind Women's Hall of Fame. It's on a barge, and I've never seen one, but it should be interesting. Also, start looking for, when you go to visit the downtown districts, we put out a newsletter now. This is part of the SFDC work. It gives stuff that's going on in town, or some specials, some deals, and you read it and you put it back down, and the next person comes in and read it. So look for those out. It's also on our website, posted every month. I have a motion to accept department reports, A through E.
Make a motion. Second.
Discussion?
I just have a question about the dates of some of the reports. Why, are we just not getting them submitted in a timely fashion?
When we get them,
Because I mean, if I saw there's TV's the June, zoning was from May.
I can't submit my report until the first of each month, so sometimes the board meeting is either the first or the second. Right. This one I submitted, I think, Monday, so I think the agenda was already done. I don't know why June was put on there. I submit mine.
So July should have
every month. Yeah, so I emailed you July's report already.
But we have May zoning.
Zoning reports in my report now.
And then like the DCO report, that's from report of the month of April.
Those ones may have been in that particular one may have been in the communications folder from that month.
Yeah.
And it didn't get to me until after the month end.
Can we try to do a better job as far as getting the reports in?
Those ones I get when they bring them to me, so it could be halfway through the month before I get them. But yeah, I don't have a problem trying to get them sooner.
all in favor of accepting the department reports?
Aye.
Aye. We have a motion to accept the communications A through R.
Make a motion.
Second. Discussion. Just want to say on letter R, it's a letter from Everest Infrastructure Partners. So they sent me a letter, they're requesting to take over our water tower, not take over the tower, but the Reynolds for the on top, the cell phone towers. We have one current tenant is Verizon, where we collect $17,000 a year. They would run it, they would try to find other people for us, and they get a percentage. And then they would pay us a percentage. So I will scan this and send it to everybody on the board and look it over and see if we can move that and see if it's something you just want to consider or not.
I read that, it was sent there.
You guys sent it to everybody already?
I saw something on it. What water tower are you talking about?
Auburn.
The Auburn Road.
Just Auburn Road.
Just on Auburn Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I think it would be in addition to the antenna that's already there.
So this is just a 10 on their part.
They're just making an offer, making a request.
They would go find us more tenants, and then they keep a percentage.
So if they put an antenna up, they usually have additional spots on their antenna. So they're saying if they have other people taking space, we can get that. But at this, ultimately, if this is something the board's considering, I'd recommend that we put that in front of the company who takes care of our water tower. See if that's physically, structurally, operationally, if this is a good idea, before going forward at all. But that's all. Yeah, we're gonna look at that.
Okay, we have no special events.
Yes.
Nope.
Mike called today and said there's fireworks at
Yeah, I was gonna do that under new business, but you can go.
But I do not issue permits for
So-
explosives, so I don't know what you all need to.
So the county, they try to get from the county, our rules say that they have to get our permission by a board resolution to have anybody in town of Seneca Falls do fireworks. So they're looking to do it on, what's the date there?
8/15.
August 15th. So they called me today to ask if we would give them permission tonight, and then the county would issue them. But they've done it the last 2 years. They said they've never done this for the town before. Assuming they just, the country club, yes. It's their 100th anniversary, so they want to have a fireworks show. So we can vote tonight to approve that.
Is there anything that's gonna be warranted on, as far as putting it through the police or anything like that?
No, it's not. It's their own private thing. It has nothing to do with the
It's
town.
on the country club
It's on the country club, professionally done. It's not,
So it's not the inverse if we were to.
and the people doing it are all, insured and the whole bit.
Yeah, it's young. It's a big company. Yeah, so, all in favor of approving the fireworks for the?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion first.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
And all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Well, okay. But we also did, so conflicted, because we also said we were not gonna add things to the agendas. We just talked about that.
Right.
So that would be contradicting that position, and I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. Just saying. So I'm gonna say no, for that reason.
Carry 4-1. Okay. Under new business, we got welcome proclamation for Mary Church Trail exhibit, National Women's Hall of Fame. This is the opening exhibit to Mary Church Trail and the traveling graphs. It's now therefore I, Frank Schmidt, Town Supervisor of Seneca Falls, do hereby proclaim August 1st, 2025 as the official opening of the exhibit Mary Church Trail and the Traveling Graphs, exemplar black woman, National Women's Hall of Fame.
Make a motion we approve that.
And they encourage all residents and visitors to experience a powerful installation.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Have a resolution approving the concept for large-scale mural to be installed on municipal-owned building. That's the one, obviously, Judy just gave us today. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor of approving the mural?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay, next we got some secret stuff. I'm gonna have Pat do these. Yeah, we still do it.
Okay, so we have a proposed water improvement project. This is something that was initially discussed in April, and there are a number of improvements involved. It includes improvements at the water treatment plant, as well as the distribution system itself, replacing water main, as well as adding water main and creating loops to increase the functionality of the whole system. So in April, the part one of the full environmental assessment form was presented to the board at that time. The board adopted a resolution designating itself as the lead agency. The lead agency notices went out to all the involved agencies, and the board received no comments coming back, either for or against either the project or the board acting as the lead agency. So You have in your packet, you have parts 2 and 3 of the environmental assessment form. It has been prepared by Barton LaJudas, the town's engineers on this project, and they have reviewed all of the relevant items to guide your environmental inquiry here, and they have found no indication of anything more than a small or no environmental impacts associated with this project. So this has been, this is presented for you, and you do have the resolution, which goes with,
C first.
well, C is accepting the parts 2 and 3 as presented by Barton LaJudas. So by presenting that, it would be making the finding that this project would have either no impacts or any impacts would be small impacts. So it would be accepting parts 2 and 3. And then D is a resolution to use those findings, and based on those findings, adopt a resolution for a negative declaration, which is a finding of no adverse environmental impacts associated with this project.
So I make a motion that we accept parts 2 and 3 as outlined.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah. So on page number 1, all the proposed work, we funded, we've got the money in the budget for all that stuff.
This is actually the new grant, right?
This is part of an application for a WIA grant.
Oh, WIA grant, okay.
Okay,
Second
so
part. We already have.
Oh, okay.
This is the
All
first
right.
one.
yeah, this is the next phase of the water improvement.
All right, so it's, okay, very good, thank you.
So, I mean, the numbers, which we're gonna talk in a minute, the number as presented by the engineers is $16,995,000, and we're applying for the WIA grant, which I believe is a $5 million grant, and then low interest funding for the remainder. Okay, the first phase, which we're currently working with, the town did receive the grant and did receive the funding.
This is, if I recall correctly, this will be significant for the business district down by the hotel and whatnot. Am I thinking the same project?
I
or no?
don't think so.
Some of it's like give water out to George Road and,
This is more geared towards,
Based on a point system, wasn't it?
On
Yes.
page 1, it lists all the projects.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay, yes, it's the same.
so it's over by
same area.
Clinton Street and the school, a loop with Ridge Street
Yep.
over by the school, and then King Road and George Road, which would also
Yep.
help create a loop.
And are you talking about the Baird Street culvert? When you said did you say near Ferraris?
No.
No.
She
Oh,
said near
all right, I'm
restaurant.
hearing things. Okay.
all right, so all in favor of accepting the resolution for
Aye.
part 2 and 3?
Alright.
Aye.
Okay, so now we're on to D, right?
So they adopted 2 and 3. Did they do the resolution for negative declaration? It's C, not D.
Well, so there's no resolution for C,
Oh, right, okay,
so
okay.
I assume.
So we adopted the resolutions for D then,
Ultimately, it
as far
requires the
as,
supervisor's signature, so so that was what that last motion was. So let's do there'll be 2 things here. The resolution for the negative declaration, which you have there. And then we have a resolution to call for a public hearing, which relates to town law section 202B. And that one kind of outlines the specifics of the project.
is that within this resolution?
This
So
is,
this is a
This is
It
gonna
sounds like 2 resolutions there.
It is,
Well, where is that on the, I see D.
right. Well, it's another resolution that relates to the same project, and it would set up a public hearing for next month.
All right, so could I have a motion to accept the resolution for the negative declaration and then the movement, resolution will set up a public hearing?
Let's
We're doing one at a time.
I'd say let's do them one at a
The
time.
declaration, negative
I make
declaration.
a motion on the negative declaration.
Again,
Second.
Okay, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now I have a resolution calling for a public hearing. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Yeah, for this project.
Yeah. Did someone second? I'm sorry.
I did.
Okay. All in favor? Brenda?
Aye.
So carried. Thank you, Pat. Okay, we have a resolution here for rescission of the town COVID-19 leave policy. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Got a resolution to accept the sanitary sewer and utility easement between town of Seneca Falls and Seneca Falls Outside 992. This is, Buck, have a motion?
Make a motion.
A second?
Second.
Okay, discussion, this is, part of us to get the Kingdom Road project going. We need that to, there. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. And part of that will be, they're going to, all the costs for them to get it to the right of way will be incurred by them. And then, as far as, because it's a pressurized line, town would, the company probably doing the project will hook it up, and then we'll put in the meter pit. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so carried. We have a resolution here, set a public hearing for the proposed local law to override tax levy limit.
Make a motion.
Second,
Second.
discussion.
Can you explain this a little bit more? I thought we already voted to override.
We didn't, last year we were going to, but we didn't because we gotta do it each year.
This is for each budget year.
Last year
Well, I
we,
know that we do it each year, I just thought we already did it.
no, we were gonna do it in, when we did the budget last year, but Pat said we weren't over 2% not to do it, so we didn't do it. So this is the first time this year. So,
I mean, I understand it's usually standard practice.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Any
didn't know if there was
further
other disagreements.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Resolution to reclass a vacant MEO light position to a laborer position. Motion,
Make a motion. Second.
discussion.
How many positions are there gonna be within the DPW now that?
Same four that were there before, but instead of having an MEO, they're just gonna do a laborer.
So will there be a total of the director and 3 people, right? Yeah. You have Phil on one.
Can I ask what the intention is to reclassify this from MEO light to labor?
Because they wanna, hire a person that they need a laborer instead of paying the extra money for an MEO when they have people that can already do that.
What is the MEO heavy gonna be doing?
This is a laborer.
We're on the labor. We're on,
MEO's next.
we're on
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Close.
Carried 3-2. Now we have a resolution to approve the reclassification of Lisa Mansell from MEO to MEO heavy position. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
A second?
Second.
Discussion?
So, Frank, I know we talked briefly about this, but I guess I just looking for clarification on making her the heavy, because in some ways this directly reflects my comments that I had a couple of months ago in reference to when there was a resolution which was approved by board majority for Jake McCann and his services at $95 an hour. So is this now, are we vacating that contract now that we want to acknowledge her and her proficiency in operating the heavy equipment?
So we haven't used Jake yet because we had no dump trucks to work with at this point, now that we got the one in. But the other guy we'll have 2 people that can operate now. So we probably will not need Jake unless we want to just get a lot done in a short time. So that's where we're at.
Is that one of the changes and swaps that we're doing tonight on the agenda, was the dump truck?
No, well, as part of it, Jeremy's gonna let us use one of his dump trucks now. And he's gonna get the new snow plow that's coming. He's gonna give us there's gonna be a resolution to change over 1 truck and 1 trailer for the dumpster program. And then he's just agreeing to let us use the large dump truck when he doesn't need it. If he needs it, then he'll give us a smaller plow truck.
So Lisa will stop doing dumpsters now that we're gonna be,
Well, that still has to be
Changing
done,
this right
so as long as it takes her to do that some days, and then still should be doing both.
well, I mean, if we're also looking at a laborer, is that something a laborer can perform?
Probably not, because that'll be a CDL driver for that.
It does not take a CDL driver to do that.
That truck and trailer combination is not
That
over.
is not air brakes, it does not take a CDL driver, and a laborer.
Air brakes have nothing to do with the CDL.
And weight, it does not meet the weight requirements, it does not meet air brake requirements. The laborer can do that position for a lot less money than she can.
Well, I would like to look at the weights of both the vehicles before I make that decision.
I just wanna go on record and say that I would, you know, if this is what we're looking for her to do, and I'm, you know, heavy, then I'd like to pay her for those details, those work details, and theoretically, other
This is just-
individuals should be doing other less work.
It would be ideal situation. I still think that trailer truck combination is probably needs a CDL.
But I mean, that aside, we also have lawns, and, you know, that there's just other details that with her title, I want to see her doing those things that are in line with that title.
We're starting now that we have the dump trucks, we can get stuff done. Not having dump trucks really stopped us from doing much work at all as far as the ditching and stuff like that. But we've worked it out with Jeremy, and I think cooperation now between the departments, you're gonna see a lot get done in the town. That's the goal, and Jeremy's on board, and Peter's on board, and everybody seems to be doing what's right with the town.
And we received a new plow truck.
Yeah, the new plow truck will be going to Jeremy. That's probably a couple months out. We'll probably do a resolution next month on that.
Almost sounds like Jeremy's in a different county.
Sir,
Okay.
okay,
All right.
this is the board discussion. You had your
You're
chance.
right. You're right.
Okay. All right, so I have the motion, I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carried. I have a resolution to approve the hire of Austin Hartzell as laborer with the town Seneca Falls Department of Public Works.
Make a motion.
Second.
Discussion.
We did the background.
Yes,
We did do a background, yes.
yes,
And
How'd it come out?
recommended.
Oh.
all in favor?
Could have done.
Really quick, I just wanna say too,
Okay, hold on.
cause I usually make a fuss about this, I did verify that 2112 is off the current matrix, so that's good. Not like the proposed one, but that's all.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Got a resolution to enhance highway infrastructure. We had our CHIPS meeting with Jeremy and 4 of us that are on the committee. And we have picked the roads that most need a repair, spend the $520,000. State Street, Ridge Street, Blackbrook Road, Boston Ave, Rumley Street. And can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Little discussion on this is would be the most expense possible. If we do get shared trucking, we'll be able to do more roads, but we're gonna do these ones first in case shared trucking doesn't always work. So,
Frank, you said the committee met, the highway committee?
no, well, there's a CHIPS committee we voted on a while back to form that a couple meetings ago. So, Peter Mesmer's on it, Jeremy's on it, Tracy's on it, and I'm on it. Just because there's a lot involved in CHIPS. And asked Jeremy, the meeting went really well, and I think we're all on the same board, and I think we're all heading in the right direction with it, so. You agree, Jeremy?
Can you get all that done in one time before snow? Yeah.
And there's definitely,
That'll be a 2-week stretch.
there's a good chance we're gonna be able to do more roads with the shared trucking.
I've already been making phone calls, and it's appearing we will be.
So, any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. So carried. I have a resolution to transfer a 2014 Chevy 3500 and PJ trailer from Highway to Department of Public Works.
Make a motion.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution of acceptance of resignation of officer to fill senior clerk position. So,
Make a motion.
Second.
Discussion.
So, Missy, I'm just gonna date back to when we originally had the conversation about Malachi. Is that how you
Malik.
Malik. I'm sorry. Because, you know, can I ask if there was an exit interview and perhaps rationale as to why he's leaving?
I don't think that's for public.
He didn't say,
Yeah.
okay. So even if it's not for public, I want to just highlight that, you know, we as the board, I wanted him to come in at a higher rate, based upon his experience. We didn't do that by board majority, unfortunately, and that was supposed to be reviewed within 6 months, was my understanding, and that didn't happen. So what I'm gonna say is that, you know, I think that this is just something to note in terms of as we move forward, and to take into account that we really need to not choose preference over certain departments and really pay close attention to why employees are leaving. Pay is one of them. And I just see, you know, really one department on here tonight, but I do think that, and I'm just going to assume, he's very talented, and it was a matter of time, unfortunately. So, yes, he will be missed.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Resolution issuing permits for solicitors and peddlers, chapter 312 Seneca, where the responsible issue solicitor's permit was previously transferred to zoning, will now be transferred back to the town clerk. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
So, Melissa mentioned that she needs a certain computer program to print permits and track them. Do you know, like,
Software, right?
for software?
Yeah, it's the zoning software. I don't have access to it, I don't know how to work it, so you're asking me to learn another program, third program, that I have to learn. Joe's getting a lot of money.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Resolution authorizing required wastewater operator training. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
I'm just gonna ask you again, I know I've asked you 4 times, and I'm gonna keep asking until he gets paid. Why are we okaying this without paying the other one first?
It's
And
under
no one is
investigation, and I
asking you to
cannot
ask.
speak on it publicly.
It doesn't even address the per diem, so he can't get per diem because it's not in here.
What do you mean it's under investigation?
I can't discuss it publicly.
Well, we didn't know it was under investigation. You didn't tell me that when I asked you.
I've said it.
You just said
I
it,
show
I'm
you
working
texts
on
and emails, I've said it's under investigation.
You said you're working on it.
You said you're working
And
on
I've
it.
also, I started off with investigation, and I said I'm still working.
I'd like to see that. I don't think we would
Okay.
ask that question otherwise.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
So carried. The motion to purchase a pump out station for the waterfront at People's Park for the boats.
Make a motion, we get the second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Motion here to transfer employee from Department of Water and Sewer to the Highway Department.
I'll make a motion.
We transfer the person. Second.
Discussion.
Just, Brad, just to correct you on numbers, 15. 15.
I said 10 to 12.
All in favor?
Aye.
Got a motion to appoint water sewer maintainer.
Make a motion.
Second. Discussion.
Does he already work for, is this a promotion?
Yes.
There'll still be one vacancy. There's 2 vacancies. We're not filling one. We're filling 1 out of 2. That's what this resolution is, to fill 1 of 2.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who's the second?
Frank was second.
Jackson first.
Jackson
Frank
first.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed.
Carried 2-2. Appoint chief water treatment operator. town board realized we need to have a water treatment plant.
I make a motion, we appoint Lewis Archer as the
Second,
Second.
discussion.
Yes, so the matrix starting salary that he put down is wrong.
Okay.
He put it at grade 14, it should be grade 13, so it should be 31.33 per hour instead of the 32.62.
So I'm just gonna put this out there. Dexter, are you all set?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the number, 31?
31.33.
So he's not licensed. How are we formulating that and taking that into consideration as a chief? Why are we not doing deputy stipends versus just jumping to the chief position? We've always had, we had deputy at the wastewater, correct? I know we've had a position for chief at the water department, but I think it's fiscally irresponsible of us to jump ahead when Lewis, and I appreciate Lewis, appreciate him a lot, but he's not licensed. So until we obtain that license, how can we really constitute him within that role? What happens when Joe's on vacation? What does that look like? Who's responsible at that? And I'm just gonna stop, because these are legitimate questions, Jackson, that I want you to consider, because when Dawn and I ask these questions, we're told, and I know you know this, I have my 3 votes, it doesn't matter what you say. So I really want you to think about these logistics from an objective perspective, because it's on you.
When James, just to clarify stuff, when James was on vacation or out sick, Joe has the license to operate either the water plant or the sewer plant, so he can fill in anytime.
Joe, but I'm asking if Joe is on vacation, Lewis does not possess that license to be, is there, and I wish Joe was here to ask that question, but is there a vicinity in which, and I'm just thinking from my background in terms of like the medical department at the corrections division, that the RN on call needs to be within 10 minutes response. Is that required for this? And I don't know that answer, but these are logistical questions that I want answers to.
And so if Joe is in Kansas City and something happens, what the town supervisor would have to do is call Barton LaJudas and get an expert in that as an engineer, to make the decision. That is the backup, is Barton LaJudas or MRB to call a environmental engineer.
So what is it going to
Isn't that
change?
right, Pat?
They're always the backup, yeah.
Okay, so with that said, also, we are classified as a 1A plan, correct? It's not like we can just flip a switch and turn it on to a 1A. There's actually gonna have to be quite a bit of investment financially, because we have, tanks aren't plumbed, there's the filters, there's a multitude of issues here, which kind of lends into my argument for the other resolutions on board, which I'll bring up. But in terms of what is it gonna take to obtain the 1A for Lewis?
Probably 5 or 6 years.
10.
He's provisionally appointed because he meets the minimum qualifications, or he's gonna have to get state certified and pass the test.
But so, to that, there's also more, because, and I know this, because we went through this with James and his license, there's specific hours and time as well that goes into obtaining a license. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, it could
Brian?
take them 5
I'm
years.
leaning towards you, you've worked in this area.
Yeah, you have to be there so many years.
Okay, that's what I figured. So it's not just a test, Frank. So again, objectively and logistically, does it make more sense for a deputy? And then once somebody retains a license, do we then look at a specific title? That's what I'm bringing up to the board for discussion.
Is there a civil service title for that?
He obviously, chief water he meets the minimum. If the personnel department in Waterloo said that he's qualified provisionally to be the chief water treatment plant operator, then he's qualified. I don't know what else to tell you. He's
Because that was created
he's
for
definitely
James
qualified.
at that point, which James is leaving because he did a lot more than probably what he should have.
That's That's not why he's here.
Yes, it is.
No, that is
Okay.
But he must meet the minimum qualifications or his application wouldn't have been approved.
I don't know if
I don't know what else I can tell you.
I'm
There's-
proposing, if anything, a deputy stipend versus a chief.
I'll second the deputy.
Great. Hey,
So-
the county's got things screwed up because they're using the old village job description, when the plant was a 2A. Now it's a 1A, so the chief should be a 1A. The county never
Joe-
changed the
Joe
description.
is that person. Joe
Right.
oversees that.
So Joe is technically the supervisor and the chief.
Right.
So what
We're
is?
training this guy as a chief.
But that's
So we have a motion here to amend it to deputy assistant. We have a second. All in favor?
Really quick, just wanted to add, so if we do switch to the deputy, then we should also,
The pay has to change.
yeah, we should look
And
at,
then he's not gonna take the job. We're not gonna have it.
Well, then we'll have to go back and revisit that. I think that we should at least table this until further discussion to
Why don't we just table it for a month so we can get all the facts?
Good idea.
sounds good to me.
I'll make a motion that we table this resolution.
A second.
Want to do that?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get the facts straight.
All in favor, table it?
Aye.
All right, gotta get the facts here on this.
Point of wastewater treatment operator trainee. On the motion,
I'll make a motion.
second.
Background was completed.
Drug screening.
I don't think we need but I understand what you're saying.
For which name?
William Reinhardt?
Yes,
Okay.
recommend.
And I'm gonna support this because I feel that this is an appropriate title for this individual. It's a trainee. So this is something that I support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion for salary adjustment, superintendent water and sewer operation and maintenance. On the motion,
Make a motion.
and a second.
Oh, second.
Discussion.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I guess my question is, where are we at with the CSEA negotiations and settling that? And the reason I say this is that common practice is that usually whatever percentage is given to those within the bargaining unit, it's reflective of what sort of negotiations will be with management and whatnot. So what percentage does the $7,000 amount to as far as pay raise?
From Joe's?
Yeah. You're the
I
numbers
don't
guy.
know, maybe 6%, I just do it in my head, it makes 111,000. Divide 111,000 by 7, it's probably like 6%.
So that's actually higher than what is
That's what we're
formally
approving for the
tentatively agreed?
police anyway.
Okay, so,
This we talked about in executive session, this whole thing.
in July when I wasn't here?
Yes, we talked about this. Want to go in executive session now, make a motion, so you know what's going on? You want to know what's going on? We can go in executive session for 5 minutes, to be explained to you in 5 minutes.
Why he's requesting the pay raise?
Yes.
Or for what?
Yeah.
Is this on top of the merit rate?
So,
Fred,
why
no.
can't those details be talked about?
That was the personnel issue.
That was the personnel issue.
Well,
How is it not? It's directly related to, you're talking about, if somebody's ready to pay.
Public information.
But it relies on their record of employment with the town and everything else associated with justification for an executive session. You don't have to discuss it in executive session, but you can.
So we don't have to
Like
have discussion in
like
executive?
every other executive session.
I'd rather do it now.
That's your prerogative.
we'll only be in there 5 minutes at the most.
It's a, that's a board vote, whether or not to do an
You want to go
executive session.
explain it to them? Sure. I make a motion, we go in executive session to explain resolution on the $7,000 increase.
Can I just ask a question before we go in? I thought we were not gonna give raises in the middle of the year. Like, this is one of my biggest things, that they always come back and say, we need a raise for this, we need a raise for that, and everybody knows how I feel about raises in the middle of the year.
Well, let's go in
I'd
executive
like
session.
one too, but I'm not getting it.
I just got more work, I didn't get one.
So I guess we're going into executive session?
Second. All right, second.
All in favor, go to executive session? All in favor? We're back to the salary adjustment, superintendent, water and sewer operating rate. Hey, can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
He gets rewarded for being an asshole. Perfect.
I have a motion here for ratification of agreement between the town of Seneca Falls, Seneca Falls Police Benevolent Associated Law Enforcement Officer Union Council 82.
Make a motion, we approve the contract.
Have a second. Discussion?
What is this?
Approve the contract with this.
Now, this does not include the insurance, correct? That is a separate matter?
We're meeting with them in September.
Yeah, we're meeting again for the insurance at a later date. Right, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just want to note again that we're not pigeonholing anybody into the bronze plan.
No, they got the same insurance they have. Nothing's happening until we negotiate something different.
But are they being offered and afforded platinum and gold, similarly to the county? I mean, it's a consortium.
They can pick from the platinum, the gold, the silver, the bronze. They still have the choice of 4 picks, right?
Well, my understanding was you wanted to offer the bronze.
Okay, we're not.
No, I'm just telling you.
This is not negotiation.
That's a
Right,
negotiation.
I know.
But
I'm just
right
telling you.
now, you have 4 options you can pick from. Married plan, 2-person plan, married with children, and a single. And then with those 4 options, you can pick the platinum, the gold, the silver, or the bronze, whatever is available. Your insurance is exactly the same as it is right now. We haven't negotiated anything different.
Semantics. You're talking about what's right now. I'm asking, in terms of, moving forward with what's being
Well, I can't tell you.
So negotiations is fine, but I just want to go on record again to reflect on what we talked about before as far as employees having an option, because bronze plan's awful and they're not being pigeonholed into that. And I certainly don't want to see anything go into arbitration, because that's just going to be
First of all, I don't want to get into negotiations, but I'm telling you, whether it's the red, white, and blue plan or the green, yellow, and beige plan, the police department would not be losing anything. They would pick up an additional anywhere between $4,000 and $3,000 extra money in pay. The town was going to cover all their costs 100%. That's what we offered. They didn't take it, so we're going to go sit down and talk about it again. We're going to get some experts in to try to show if Mr. Denny has appendicitis, whether he's got gold,
Across the
blue, or
board,
pink.
I want to ensure
He is
that
gonna-
all the employees are
everything is gonna
getting
be
an
covered.
option outside of just the bronze plan.
Then
That's what I'm
when it
saying.
comes, if you're still on the board and I'm on the board, we get the vote. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
If the police agree with it, then you shouldn't vote against it. That's all I can tell you.
All in favor of ratifying the contract?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
The resolution for transfer of money,
Make a motion to transfer the money.
second.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Got a resolution to accept letter of acknowledgement from New York State Canal Corp for the East Baird Street culvert. Have a motion?
I make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Resolution authorizing
Oh,
date.
wait. That resolution has the incorrect date on it.
Which one?
It was not April of 2025, it was April of 2024.
Oh.
Which
So-
one? Okay.
Which was that, Baird Street culvert?
Yes.
Saying when the town accepted ownership
2024?
Yes.
So on the
No.
resolution.
I already changed mine, but I just wanted everyone to know that,
Oh, it's, so the 25 has got to be changed to 24.
yes.
Thank you.
Now that I made a
Thanks.
mistake.
I don't know who makes mistakes.
Have a resolution authorizing date with MRB Group to perform a conceptual design service.
Make a resolution.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Is there there's the water leaks.
I don't know, I expected Jackie Dylansini to be a lot higher than what it is for seeking this credit for it.
I'll make
It's
a
a big
motion.
leap.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept approval of the water leaks and pool credits?
I make the motion.
And a second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor of pay, the leaks and credits?
Aye.
Can I have a motion for payment of the bills?
I make a motion.
And a second,
Second.
discussion. I do have one on the bills. I'm not sure, dog control officer, I think Chief's been working on it with me. The guy retired that was left and was doing it, and I don't know if they have anybody, so I'm not sure if we're paying for service. They've turned down responding to their stuff.
Yeah, three or four dollars.
Yeah, so I guess I gotta look more into it at this time. Chief was doing some research, it just was short notice. I don't know if we should be paying for something for that service.
Is there a contract? Pat?
Yeah.
But if they're not fulfilling it,
Is there
This is the first time hearing of it.
Did he leave?
yes, the guy that was doing it no longer is doing it. They put another guy there, and when the police called him, he said he doesn't know what he's doing and wouldn't respond.
So we contract with Beverly's.
Right,
with
but they have to
Shelter,
provide something.
and they provide something.
So they're responsible for boarding if we have a stray, and they're also responsible for issuing violations, when it comes to.
What are they not doing?
Violations.
So I don't think technically we can just not pay them. I think if anything, we would have to
So I'm gonna keep.
request reimbursement for certain, but I would ask that Pat looks into the contract, just so we're not in any direct violation of that contract until, if we have to seek repayment, then.
And that's why I brought it up, because I said we have to look more into it at this point. So I guess we could pay this month and decide on the next month what we want to do.
Do they work for Bethany Animal Shelter?
Yeah.
That's what we contract.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
supposed to
that's-
provide it when we call
Right,
them, so.
yeah, yeah.
If they can't provide someone, then.
What about that guy on Bear Street? The guy who boards the dogs on Bear Street, does he do dog control?
Phoebe's.
Not Bear Street, Garden Street,
Oh, Phoebe's.
Garden Street.
No, they don't do that. They don't do that.
No.
Well, they board them, but they don't board them for strays.
Yeah, all right. So all in favor of paying the bills?
Aye.
Special order of the day, all in favor of adjourning?